these are the tales.
Hi.
Tales and
Hey.
ramblings of two men, their
right,
dream of
YouTube
running a
stream.
successful food truck business and life.
Says it's live.
We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this
Hey.
journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
All right. We are live on the YouTube. Welcome back, everybody. And sorry for the little mishap there. I'm not sure what happened, but the more prepared we seem to be, the more problems we seem to have. So no more preparedness for us, and we're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants.
Yes.
By the way, Josh, Sturdy, sorry, Nova is adorable and cannot believe you have somebody in school. So before you know it, they'll be in college.
I love the creative names for children nowadays.
Yeah,
Nova.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good name.
It's a super kid.
I met a baby named Mello.
Are they Mello?
It's not working.
What's not working?
I don't know. You just looked like you threw your hands up for a second and shook your
head.
head.
It's because I threw a solid dad joke out there and you just glazed right over it. And I'm not even going to go back to it. So whatever.
Must not been that solid.
Or you're just not that perceptive.
That's possible. That's more accurate. Absolutely. Yep. Okay.
All right.
And,
cool. And go.
So, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, we've been gone for 2 weeks.
I know.
Apparently, everybody really missed us.
Everybody missed us.
I know. It's very, very nice. Very nice.
Like, let's just start with May. Like, talk about your May. How was your May?
No, this is not how we do this.
Okay.
We'll do May numbers later. We've been doing the show for 2 years. How did we start this thing? Skippy, how was your last couple weeks?
Very busy. Thank you for asking. Yours?
Pretty dead. All right. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to fill 2 hours today, everybody, like we promised. All right. So let's start back to the week before Memorial Day. So we're going to go all the way back to.
Yeah, we're going to go. We're going to go back to May. No, I had. Oh no, we're going to go back to the 20th of May. We're going to go back to the 20th of May because I actually worked a Monday for some strange reason.
Join the club. I work every freaking Monday.
Well, I didn't really want to work a Monday, but I did. Anyway. Right.
So Skippy worked.
Yeah. So we had the last couple of weeks have been part of, like, we've had new places, so that's good. We've had mishaps. We've had problems. We've had great events, and we have some fire stuff to talk about. So we went to a new subdivision that requested us. We do all our subs from like 4:30 to 7:30. Some people do 5 to 7. Some people do 5 to 8. Some people do 4 to 6. Whatever. So we do 4:30 to 7:30. It was definitely a good day. I like when new subs reach out to us and say, "Hey, do you want to come out?" It wasn't life-changing, but we got to meet a few people. And then what else? On Tuesday, we went back to the Tasty Tuesday, a little food truck event. Sold out that day. That was good. And then that's when problem number 1 happened. So that was a night event, 4:30 to 7:30. We got home, and as I'm lowering the jack to my trailer, I hear a sss. And when you have propane, you never want to hear a sss. And I'm sorry if y'all speakers kind of went wild there for a second with that sound. I noticed that one of the fittings on my propane line was definitely leaking. And I don't have pipe wrenches. I don't have anything to fix it myself. So we definitely disconnected that. But I'm trying to contacted you, contacted a couple other people, trying to figure out, because I had a catering the next day. And so that night, when I figured out that, I called her and I said, "Hey, I know we have a catering set up. I know it's like an office lunch party. Is there any chance that we can move it to the next day? I'll give you a little bit of a discount. It's my fault, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this propane situation. And normally it wouldn't be a problem, but I use propane for my steam table." And she's like, "Well, that's going to put a damper on things. We've got executives coming in, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Okay, give me a second." So in our infinite wisdom, I think we came up with, not sure if I came up with it and then called you and asked you about it, or if we came up with it together, but inside my steam well, I decided to put a couple chafing racks with a couple sternos. And
we came up with it together.
Thank goodness it worked. I mean, pretty much the same exact thing. Are you taking your Flintstone vitamins?
Yep.
Awesome.
I am.
So yeah, so it actually worked. We had a great day. Weird situation though. So they have food trucks come once a month, and everybody knows that typically a barbecue truck is going to have shorter wait times than like burger trucks or something of that nature when they're kind of cooking to order. So this is a factory of some sort, and they had asked that all the guys take 15-minute increments, like not all come out at one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, I find out that they're protesting lunch because they don't want to mess with their lunch schedule. I'm like, protesting lunch, because we get paid the same amount no matter what, but we did not see the same amount of people.
Skippy can inspire a hunger strike.
I mean, I'm sure they brought their own food, but still, like,
Something says something about the food, I think.
I mean, you can say what you want. It's fine. But it was to me, that was very weird. Like, I've never, like, if you're going to protest something, it's free lunch.
Right.
But, so I talked with a union guy, and he's like, yeah, a lot of union people don't want their lunch messed with. It's like, they're on a schedule. That's what it is. I'm like, all right. So I told the girl, next time we come back, let them out whenever they're supposed to be out. We'll take care of them. Mm-hmm. We did a good roadside service on that Thursday. And Friday, problem number 2 happened. So we go down to our local downtown area. They have a cruise in once a month.
This is Friday heading into Memorial Weekend, correct?
Correct, the 24th.
Okay.
Now, granted, I showed up later than I probably should have. The event started at 5. I showed up at 4:30. Whatever. We, in this local downtown area, they built kind of a food truck park / amphitheater where they have live music, and it's for the local car show that they do. And the person that's organizing is the downtown DDA, our development authority. And she was nowhere to be found. And she's new, but absolutely nowhere to be found. So I'm looking because we can hook up to power, because they don't want us to running generators because of the music. So I call her. I said, "Hey, I'm looking for power. Is there somebody down here?" "Yeah, I'm up in the office. I'm printing. I'm doing this, doing that. I'll be down there when I can." I'm like, "That's not going to work for me, so I'll just run my generator until you can get here." "Okay, that's fine." Generator turns on. I go in the trailer, turns off. I'm like, uh-oh. Now, I go out, check everything. Seems fine. Pull start, nothing. Pull start, nothing. Probably 5 minutes later, by the way, still no power lady. Pull it again. Starts, 30 seconds, turns off. So I said, fuck it. And I left. And because I had a large food truck rally the next day that if my generator's toast, I need to go get a new one now because there's nobody that can go get one for me. So I went home and she calls me probably 40 minutes after I initially called her. So now we're at like 5:10, 5:15. Where are you? We're down here looking for you. I'm like, I left. I was having generator issues and no power, and I have a big event tomorrow, so I left. And she's like, oh. Anyway, so I go buy a new generator because I don't know what's wrong with this one, and there's no way open and try to fix it now. Bought the same one, Predator 9500, beautiful generator. Had a great food truck rally on Saturday, and the ironic part was I could plug into power. Like, just my luck, right? Just my luck. I could plug into power. Didn't have to worry about it. Whatever. So Sunday, 26th rolls around. Ironic part 2. So I had a lady said that she went to one of the parties that I catered and loved the pasta salad. Just straight Italian pasta salad. You know, got the little cheese, cucumbers, pasta, whatever.
Yep.
I'd like to order 4 full pans of pasta salad. I'm like, sure, I can make that happen. So I get there, I deliver it to them. And as I'm delivering it to them, I notice that they're hauling a bunch of meat boxes out of their car. And I'm smelling it, and I'm like, oh, that smells good. And then I see sauce bottles. She had the local barbecue joint cater the open house, but had my pasta salad.
Hey, at least you got something. You got a part of it.
So I looked at her when I got everything set up, and I'm like, maybe, I said, do you have their friends, their younger daughter's friends with one of my best friend's daughters. And I'm like, I know you have a younger daughter. Maybe when she graduates, I can help you with that one. And she's like, yeah, this came together so quickly. I'm like, you got my number. Don't worry. I said, I always give the other guy shit anyway. So they're like, we love your food. This came together quickly. Didn't know if you'd be able to do it all.
Like, you could have asked.
I'd figure out a way to make it happen. Like, Memorial Day worked another Monday. We just had a little parade. Did about $1,000. It was good. Roadside day, or hold on, what did I do? Wednesday went to a new factory. Definitely, they said it would be about 30 people. It was about 30 people. I was already in the area because I had to do a subdivision that night. That was good. Another subdivision on Thursday. That was okay. I did have a lady fall. That wasn't okay.
She fell, or you ran her over?
No, she definitely fell. So
Okay.
I went to this subdivision last year and I parked in a different spot. I always try to park on right by the curb, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know if your trailer is. My trailer is now taller, or my serving window is taller than my old trailer was.
I don't know if my service window's taller than your old trailer was.
Do you feel that
It's up there.
you'd benefit from having a step stool outside?
Yes, and we actually when we had our new trailer, we started going through the design process on that. That was one of the things, is we were going to have the shelf that's outside of our window drop 6 inches.
Yeah. Okay.
So that when it folds down, it's just above the wheel well. It's as low as it possibly can be when it's folded down.
So I have 2 step stools out front, just in case, right? But I still always try to park by a curb.
Yeah.
So the nice old guy said, "Hey, can you park on this side and block the road?" I'm like, "Well, the first thing I told him was, I'm worried about somebody tripping over the curb." What did somebody do? Trip over the curb. And so
that's
helpers,
the exact reason why we don't have a step stool outside.
Well, luckily they didn't trip off the step stool. They just tripped over the curb. But still, I felt bad. And it's like people are just staring at her, and she's a hefty woman. So, and her son is staring at her, like laying on the ground. So I bring her food out because she ordered food, and
Here you go. Here's something to snack on while you're waiting for the ambulance to show up.
did I toss it to you? I brought her water, and
Did you just
I
keep
asked,
hollering her name out the window because she never
no,
showed up to the window?
no. Well,
Betsy!
she was at the window. She was at the window. She was just a little
In the
shorter
trailer,
than
yeah.
last time. Anyway, so I asked her, "Are you okay? Do you need anything? Here's a water just in case, make you feel better, whatever. It's warm out." She says, "No, I think I'm fine. Just a little embarrassed." Like it happens. But her husband and son just stood there. Do it.
Betsy's probably doing this shit all the time, falling down for attention.
Oh my god!
Those two are so tired of it.
Well, the son looked special. So anyway, Friday, yeah, June 1st. What's June 1st?
That was only a couple days ago.
Yeah, I know. So I was supposed to go over to Allegan, over in your neck of the woods.
Kinda. Sorry,
South
Chad. My volume is all the way up. I'm not talking super awesome today. My volume's a little low internally. I will try to do better. Continue.
They emailed us Friday and said, "Hey, our ticket sales are not going the way we expected. And there's going to be rain. So we're taking the proactive approach to move the whole beer fest inside. But you'll be outside."
You understand why I'm laughing in a little bit.
Yeah,
Justin.
There was another barbecue guy there too, and their ticket sales were just over 100 for 3 food trucks. Now, granted, they may have had let's just say a huge amount of walk-up sales, but it was $10 more for a ticket. So I made the decision not to go. I don't have a presence over there. I didn't figure it was going to hurt a whole hell of a lot. So I made the decision not to go and just prepare for the 2 catering gigs I had yesterday, which went off without a hitch.
So you got some good comments coming back from those?
I did, yes. And
awesome.
So I'm more of a moderate when it comes to politics, probably lean on the Republican side. My wife is a hardcore Democrat, and got one of the people I dropped off for reached out probably 3 days ahead, so like Thursday, and said, "Hey, we need food. Like, I want to put in an order for this, this, and this." I'm like, "Okay, sure. I'll charge you $200 for a pan of wings." And the email address was 2024victory.com. So when he came to pick up the food, I said, what company do you work for? Because I had looked up the address and it was like a Rotary Club. I'm like, well, I don't think you work for the Rotary Club. He worked for the Michigan Democratic Party.
So did you throw his wings at him?
I know.
Get out of here, hippie.
I just, he was a younger fella. I just go by the Mr. Mike Robinson from Smoking the D, also a hardcore Democrat, said just to remember, all money's green, no matter where it comes from. So, yeah, that, and then a grad party at night, and yeah, got great comments, great feedback. And then, yeah, so it brings us to today. So we had a good couple weeks. Good couple weeks.
Excellent.
Busy.
I'm super happy that my Predator rows have shifted over to you. I'm happy to give those to you.
Listen, there's a difference between your Predator and mine. Mine still has 1,700 hours on it, so I don't know how long they last
oil
for.
Change on it.
A minute.
1,700 hours ago.
I don't know.
That would be a good topic for all of you, the Predator and just regular generator, on top of all your freaking maintenance. I think it's every 200 hours you're supposed to do an oil change on those things.
Something like that.
Which for us is, I don't know, probably every 2.5, 3 weeks.
If
give or
that.
take for us. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean we're running.
Let's say you're running 8 hours a day, 7 hours a day, whatever. 8 hours a day with the setup.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're 48 hours a week, 6 days a week. So
This
48. Yeah. So yeah, we're over 4 weeks.
This week I actually this past week I took a page out of your book. I did a lunch service, and then I left and went to a sub and did a dinner service.
And that went okay?
It went okay. The downside is they were probably only about 40 minutes from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't know when to end the lunch service because it was dead by 1. I sat there for an hour doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, for us, 1 to 2 is definitely slower. For the most part, depending where we're at, we'll get some people still. But yeah, for us, when we get to our new location for dinner, there's things to do for us.
Yeah.
We're putting briskets on at 3:30, so
yeah.
We get somewhere, we set up, and we get trimming and prepping meat for tomorrow, or for the next day. So for us, it's 2. We end at 2 for lunch, and we start at 4 for dinner, almost exclusively. We have a day this week. We're down at Midwest on Wednesday, and then have to go to the other side of Grand Rapids for dinner. So we're cutting our lunch a little bit shorter, so we make sure we have the time we needed. But yeah, I think Chris saw that. He wasn't super thrilled with me. Yeah, JT had to buy two new 5,000 generators last week.
Yep. Talk to him about that. That sucks.
Yeah, and I'm curious. It doesn't take a ton of time to change the oil in these things. It's more of a just finding the time to do it. It's one of those things you don't think about until, oh shit, having some problems, or haven't gotten to that in a few months.
Well, here's the thing too. So that generator also. So I don't know if I ever connected the battery for the push start. So I've always been pull starting it.
No.
And the cable is on its last legs.
You should probably hook up that battery.
Well, probably should.
The electric start works really well on ours.
I know, because I did it on the new one.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Oh, I had to replace a tire. On the trailer.
Oh, even in the generator. I was like, why isn't it mounted?
No, I had to replace a tire on the trailer because I found a bald spot. And I think I know what the bald spot's from. I think that it's the
pattern madness. Genetics.
I probably have that too. It's probably, that's my dog, if you can hear.
I can, but
so my driver's side rear, like really back tire, when I hit the brakes, I think it locks up. And I think it's balding it balded because it locked up because I hit the brakes. So either my trailer brake controller is too touchy or the trailer brakes on the trailer are too touchy. But I'm glad to know that my local discount tire has my tires in stock. $275 installed, but nonetheless, they're in stock.
Huh. Yeah, anyway. Trailer tires are pretty expensive.
Well,
it's weird that just the one would lock up.
Yeah, there's no bald spots on any other one. It's just that one.
Well, so, I would probably have the wiring checked on those.
Yes.
To make sure the other 3 are actually wired. I would say it's more likely that, because the brakes are the brakes. Unless there's an actual problem with the drum.
Yeah. Take it to her.
The power should be applied to the same to all the brakes, so one shouldn't lock up over the other ones. Unless there's an actual problem with the drum.
Well, see, my old trailer, I always had my trailer brake controller at max capacity or max.
Should never do that.
Well, I didn't really have a choice. But now my trailer brake controller won't go down. It's stuck at 10.
Mm-hmm.
The minus button does not work on it for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Chad says it might be a stuck drum, but if it was a stuck drum, wouldn't it always be locked up? Just a thought. Anyways, JT says he uses full synthetic and some zinc additives for the oil. He said the new 5,000 generators. Chad says no, that wouldn't be the case. Sorry. See, Chad, I don't know anything about vehicles, so I hire people. The new 5,000 generators have key fobs to start them. So the champions, some of the newer champions also had a key fob you could push button start. They were pretty cool. You okay, Skippy? Who died?
No, nothing.
Oh, that's a shame. Would have been good for ratings.
Sorry. Apologies.
Riveting audio for everybody. JT wants stuff. You got the new pit?
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to.
Oh, what pit?
Figure it out.
Is that like an old Hickory or something?
FEC 300.
Facebook?
Yeah, there's one in Muskegon.
What's the price?
It's actually two in Muskegon.
What's the price?
$7
for both of them, or just one?
for one.
I'm gonna go in and buy it from out underneath you.
It's Matt McKinnon's younger brother.
Okay.
Luke.
Did that come out of Dickies?
It did.
Okay. Will he take payments?
Right.
I will happily pay him over 2 years.
Yeah, Oh yeah, because I had another problem that I didn't talk about. So I mounted that Rectech to an equipment table, bolted it to the floor, screwed it into the wall, and when I was coming home from one of the events, I don't remember which one, I heard a thud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the table gave out. And
the
table that I mounted the smoker to.
Oh.
The base of the table. The support beams that go across the top of the table. Yeah.
Breaking news from ESPN.
Oh boy.
Sorry guys, we're going to get into football talk real quick. Vikings and wide receiver Justin Jefferson agreed a contract extension that makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
Damn, they're trying. I heard Caleb Williams has sucked this in OTAs. But
yeah, I don't believe half that shit though. I also heard McCaffrey got into a scuffle with somebody. Yeah. And their OTAs, which I don't believe for 1 second.
Oh, I could see McCaffrey getting into a scuffle. He looks like a little
JJ?
Oh, McCarthy.
I said McCaffrey. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking at a different post that had a similar.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Well, good, Skippy. I'm glad you had a good couple weeks. That was good. I mean, it's yeah, good for you, buddy. Good for you. I'm glad we'll get into our overall May numbers and where we're at for the year now that we're into June.
No, I mean, now I had a smoker tip over. It sucked.
I mean, other than that, it was okay.
Yes.
How much damage?
Table's fucked. Excuse my language. But I think the smoker's fine. I just have to figure out what to do now. Like, what's next? So that pit, he actually has it's obviously a pellet burner rotisserie. Mm-hmm. And I called one of our friends who never returned my message. I called Kyle to ask him about, because he's got a 500 and a 750, just to ask him about it, and he never called me back, but whatever.
Yeah,
he's busy.
We'll go with that.
But he has a forklift where he could put it right in the back of my trailer, and I can just bolt it. I take the casters off and bolt it right to the floor. But $7,000 is a lot.
I mean, I paid 10 for mine.
I get it. Well, you've paid more than 10 for yours with all the work you've done to it.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that too here.
Here's the thing: is I'm worried about a rotisserie. I'm worried about it going down the road, something fucking up. I'm worried about everything, and it just. I contacted an Old Hickory dealer about 2 CTOs, like one on each side of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'll get you the best price, better than anybody that you can. I'm like, okay, shoot me a price, $7,700 plus shipping. I'm like, eat a penis. Just like, I'm
Easy
like,
Slim.
shit. Because I was going to have him ship it to Jay and take my trailer down to Jay and have him professionally do it, so I don't screw shit up.
Yeah, you're not just putting a couple self tappers into your diamond plate.
Yeah,
That should hold.
I mean, I could go pick it up and take it to Jay and have him do it, but it's like, I don't know. There's an Old Hickory in Wisconsin that doesn't have a gas powered, and Bubba's like, oh, why don't you want gas? I'm like, because I don't want to run another gas line.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's so I went this morning, actually, 7:00. My local fabricator's open. I took one of my bent up frames from my Rectech, and I said, what can you do with this? He's like, scrap it. Like, well,
I'll give you $5 for it.
Can you use the measurements and make me a frame that isn't going to buckle? He's like, yeah, I think we can do that. So he's working on something. He's like, I'm like, what's your, and he's talking to some guy on the phone. Sorry to get off on this. He's talking to some guy on the phone that lives in Hillsdale, but's from California. Bought this. He's got tons of money. Bought this old house that he's just fixing up, and it's on a frickin' plantation or whatever. It's one of those type of old Victorian houses. And he spent like 10 grand just on metal for this wrought iron frame or stair rail that this guy's going to make for him. And then the shipper is out of New Jersey, or the metal's out of New Jersey. So it got to Jackson and it was the wrong freaking metal. So he had to turn it away and had to tell the guy, so it just cost us $1,000 for the wrong stuff.
JT wants to know how much you spent on the 2 Rectex and all the frames.
Well, the frames are covered under warranty. I've spent probably 25 or probably 5 total on both the Rectex. The frames have been under warranty. So my guess is these frames probably be between $300 and $400 a piece. So I'm still going to get 2 of them, but they'll be powder coated and angled and definitely be able to hold up to anything I could put it through. So we'll call it another 1,000. So $6 grand. But that's over time. That's not all at one spot. I don't just want to say, hey fella, here's $7K. I tried to get it for $6, but he wouldn't do it. Anyway. Yeah. So I asked him what his time frame was. He said, give me like 2 weeks. I'm like, He's like, week and a half? I said, what if I come down and feed you guys? Can I get it done in a week? He's like, we'll see what we can do. I'm like, I will give you food. Listen, you got like 20 people back there. They're hungry. Anyway, so that was my weeks. Again, part 2.
Oh, I can't believe you just glossed over the whole smoker debacle. I'm trying to forget
mine or yours?
Yours. I didn't have any smoker debacles.
No, my smoker debacle wasn't tipped over.
Well, I know.
It sucks.
Oh my God. I understand, but you didn't mention it until now.
Well, I'm trying to gotta have a short memory, bud.
Like a goldfish.
Because it was a bitch trying to get it out of the back of the trailer by myself. The black diamond plate is still black, but it's got the black has worn off in some places. Anyway.
Yeah, the past is like farts. You got to leave it behind you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So anyways, we had some time. We did some things. We worked. How
many days off the trailer did you have these past 2 weeks?
What do you mean days off the trailer? Like where I didn't work?
Yeah.
Are you talking about just service?
Yeah.
In the last 2 weeks? one.
Okay.
Where I didn't do at least half of a service for a day.
Okay.
But I was very busy on the times I was not on the truck. So, yeah, we had a lot going on over the 2 weeks. I mean, so that week leading up to Memorial Day weekend, it was for the most part, a fairly normal week for us. Roadside lunch and dinner, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm pretty much done with apartment complexes, though.
Yeah, apartments are tough.
Apartments are way harder than subdivisions.
Mm-hmm.
Chad wants to know if we're ready for questions. Yeah, Chad, you can put your questions in any time, and I will get to them as soon as I go through my week. So
absolutely,
let her rip, buddy. Yeah, apartments have been. Yeah, we never had super good luck at apartments. We keep trying new ones. I'm hoping that we'll find the right one, but they all seem to be about the same. This time we actually saw more people of our regular customers from outside the complex than we did from inside the complex.
Yeah, that's
so
sad.
out of the 10, we had 6 from outside, 4 from inside.
Yes.
10 orders in 2.5 hours. So that's hard. It's hard to make money.
And then they wonder why you're not coming back.
Yeah.
Like,
so, but with as well as everything else has been going for the month and the crazy amounts of larger events and catering we've been doing, I told Chris, I said, this makes this kind of okay, you know? Yeah, we wish we were busy, but all the time. But this is a nice little break, you know? Heading into, that was Thursday night. I said, the next 3 days are going to be stupid. So let's just kind of chill and enjoy this and get some extra stuff done. But anyways, so we had our first Food Truck Friday of the year. We heard amazing things from the trucks that did it the first week, the week before. They're still playing around with the new location and how they're setting it up. So the way they laid it out when we were there was completely different than the way they laid it out the first week. We got kind of dirty dancing. They put baby in a corner. We got there. We were the first ones there.
It almost pays to be the last sometimes.
Well, no, so all the spots are pretty much predetermined already, kind of thing. He lays out where he wants people. And that's kind of based on type of food, how the traffic flows. So he'll put a popular truck sometimes in a less foot trafficked area, or not a less foot. The way it was laid out. So there's a stage with music,
less busy area,
where there's not other food trucks necessarily, to kind of so people have a good option, a popular option where there's not the other trucks.
Yeah.
So we were in between the stage and the beer tent. It was us and 2 dessert trucks, and all the other food trucks were off on the other side of the field. So when we got there, I was like, okay, this isn't going to be bad. We're in what should be a very high traffic area. So when people walked in, though, they look to the left and they look to the right, and they see all the food trucks to the right. So that's the way they walked, where the majority of the options were. We had an okay night. It wasn't terrible. We were expecting to do more. He felt bad enough that he refunded our money for the week. So I told him, I said, you really don't need to do it. This is part of the game. And of all the times you could have refunded our money, this would not have been the time I would have picked. So, because we had a couple instances last year where we kind of had a problem. So, looks like our event streak was going to continue. Like I said, it was an okay night. We got a couple wedding quotes and probably bookings out of it still.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, which is fine. We were able to talk to some people a little bit longer than we probably would have normally because we weren't as busy.
Yeah.
So from there, that got over at 9:00. We had to be placed in Newaygo that night for Saturday, Sunday Arts and Crafts Festival. For Memorial Day. So we left Grand Rapids at 9:00, 9:30. I think we pulled out of the park, and then had to drive up to Newaygo, set up the trailer, get all that around for the weekend. Now, Chris originally was going to do Saturday morning stuff. So he was going to go up because he lives pretty close there. He was going to go up, get the meat off, get things rolling for Saturday morning. Then I was just going to meet him up there so I could get a chance at some sleep.
Do you run the generator all night?
Yep. As we're prepping stuff at Food Truck Fridays, we realized that we don't have enough rub to do about half the meat. So off to Newaygo we go. We drop the trailer. I fly back down to my house in Grand Rapids, pick up the necessary things and everything else I was going to pick up for and bring up Saturday morning. Drive back up, get the rest of the ribs rubbed and the pork on, and then just sleep in my truck for 2 hours and in the park, get up, and then do normal morning stuff and kind of roll through the day. Yeah, it was a long weekend. Not
looks like it was good.
Yeah. So their attendance was down a little bit from last year. We still had a pretty good day, but again, we weren't in our normal spot there because we had to pull in so late.
Yeah.
Like all the other arts and crafts vendors were set up around our normal spots. So there was no way we were getting in. And I knew that going into the thing that we were going to be in the lesser area, but 3 days of baby in the corner. So as a total, I think we were down over expected probably about $3,000 over the 3 days. We made money. I mean, it was still a fine weekend and we made money. It's just not as awesome as we would have hoped it would have been. But yeah, Saturday, Sunday we're A-okay. And then we were off Monday, Tuesday. We don't work Memorial Day ever, and then we take the day after to observe. So that way I actually get 1 full day off. I get a few of those a year, so
a lot of hate mail because we didn't have a podcast.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, someone should have posted that we weren't going to be doing it. I take blame. It's my fault. Sorry, guys. Skippy doesn't know how to use Facebook. What are you doing?
Oh, itching my ear.
Okay. You rolled your eyes. I wasn't sure if that was at me or you hit a good spot in your ear.
No, just itching my ear.
Okay. So yeah, the last week we had a short week, but a busy week. So we had a normal roadside for lunch on Wednesday, a rehearsal dinner drop off Wednesday night, roadside Thursday for lunch and dinner. We got to see our buddy Mark Rasmussen, listener of the show on TikTok usually. I haven't seen him on this today so far. Stopped by, had some lunch with his buddy. So I had to make sure I was there for lunch because I knew he was coming. And yeah, the Grand Castle Apartments is the only apartment complex that we do any good at, and we're their favorite truck, and it's always a good night. And that was even a lower night for us. I think we only did like $850 there for dinner, which is normally $1,000 dinner hour for us. And then we had a wedding and an open house on Friday. A wedding and an open house on Friday. Oh yeah, we had an open house on Memorial Day weekend too. That was a drop off while we were at the festival. And then an open house yesterday. So yeah, we had a very set because our open house, we were all paid up for our 31st, our events on the 31st already. So I knew where we were at going into our dinner service on Thursday for end of month numbers. We had our target. I told Chris he needed to do like $1,040 to hit our target for the month. What he pulled in. Turns out we missed it by $107.
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah. Oh well, it was close. It was a good run. Still a hell of a month though. But yeah, it was pretty busy. Couple of weeks. Over that Memorial Day, or one of the days, I don't remember which day it was. I had both the guys there. Oh no. Sorry.
Well, now.
We had inactivity on our TikTok stream. I haven't clicked on the screen enough over there.
Oh,
We were going to get deactivated for the
can't get
the live show.
deactivated.
No. So we got
Everybody
our
wants to
Predator
back.
95 mounted to the trailer.
I saw that.
JT says he kept refreshing his YouTube feed last Monday. Sorry, buddy. So since we had a hole cut in the diamond plate and it exposed some of the frame from the frame on the trailer from when we had our Cummins generator, Onan Cummins generator mounted there. We had some brackets there already. All I did was go to the hardware store, get a 4x4 post, deck post, cut it down to size to fit on the frame, and then just put the generator right on top of those. And then big old giant ratchet strap to that. So seems to be working okay. I haven't had any issues since it's been mounted there. And more oddly than anything, we seem to be using less gas. I'm not sure why. I don't know. But it's noticeably less gas. And it wasn't as hot over the last few days, but I don't know.
So, I went through 3 events without filling it up. But I can run it a quarter.
But not all
load,
day.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're running a whole lot more off of electricity than you are.
For sure.
So yeah, we were going through probably 6-7 gallons a day for a full day of service.
Wow.
With everything running in the trailer, so AC and everything. Yeah, we'll go through a tank. But with it on the tongue of the trailer, we haven't gone through, I don't think, 5 in a day. So I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if it's just better airflow there that it doesn't make any sense, but whatever. It is what it is, and we'll take it. Oh, Chad says new summer fuel. That's probably it.
The only thing I would, from your picture, it looks like you mounted the exhaust to the front.
It's going out towards the jack, yeah.
Yeah, the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going out towards the front. How often do you unhook?
Hardly ever.
Okay.
We haven't had any problems with the CO2 yet.
Okay.
Which is amazing with all the problems we had with CO2 and the bed of the truck, even with the tailgate down. That was the first thing I thought of. So we even had the trailer where it's jackknifed with the truck a little bit, and it's closer than what the tailgate was, and we haven't had any problems. So I don't know exactly where that sensor is, and maybe because the diamond plate's cut out and there's air underneath it, that it's getting a better circulation there. Yeah. But this does allow us to unhook a whole lot easier.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So if I ever do need my pickup truck for an errand or something for a day, it's a whole lot easier to be able to grab that and go.
Yep.
I have landscaping materials that I need to pick up, so yeah.
And
I don't think Chris would appreciate me hooking up a couple 1,000 pounds of rocks to his Ford Explorer. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh no, I have you down for June 4th. You'd asked me if I could move from the 5th to the 4th.
Oh boy.
So I have Mike's kettle corn coming with you, and I already. Oh no.
Oh boy.
What'd I do?
Here comes Josh again.
Oh no, it's no problem. Have you done for the no problem.
No problemo.
No problemo.
So we talk about May. So
it's gonna be May.
Yes, it is, absolutely. I am up this May to previous May 26% in gross sales.
That's May to May?
May to May.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see here for us.
Actually, apologies. 42%. I had May 3rd, didn't count the first 2 days of May.
Wow, that's a hefty sum there.
Yeah. I think Yeah, I was very surprised. But I think the downside is I think a lot of people paid some invoices early. Do you have any questions?
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I got to get to Chad's paragraph here in a second. JT says the sensor is next to the pull start inside that panel.
Oh,
So
makes sense.
Justin says, "Damn,
I have mine
Skippy."
facing front.
I'm gonna guess that's a damn Skippy. As in, way to go. Not a damn Skippy.
Well, thanks.
Sorry, tone's hard to read.
Yes. Damn.
They use a DAYUM on that.
Damn. Yeah. So May was a very good month. Very very happy with May. My best day of the month was Friday. And my best. Let's see here. Yeah, Friday was good. So we're hoping for a huge. I mean, we have a lot of events this month. I've got like 3 days off the whole month, so can't wait.
Yeah, our June calendar is very very full. There's a handful of days on there where Chris is rolling his eyes at me, regularly. So,
I have two Saturdays back to back, starting with the 8th and the 15th, where I have 3 events
each day.
Each day.
Good job, buddy.
No, I'm. My butthole is officially puckered.
We have 2 weddings happening at the same time on a day. Yep. One full service and full service off the truck, full menu, and then the other one's a drop off. Yeah.
So I have a food truck next Saturday, the 15th. I have a food truck rally from 11 to 3. I've got a drop off at 3 o'clock, and then a wedding at 5:30. Full buffet.
Nice.
Full nice buffet. Gonna break out them catering dishes.
It's about damn time.
Fuck, they got so much dust on them probably. Been sitting in storage.
We should probably break those out sooner versus later, because if there's any moisture on any of them, everything's going to be covered in mildew.
Listen, I haven't used them in 3 years because everybody wants service off the truck. So
Chad's leaving. Oh, hold on, Chad. Okay, so Chad says, so I got to do a thing. I got to do a thing Wednesday, and the company wants to pay for sides. So say guy comes up and wants a sandwich and a side of mac. Company wants to pay for the mac. How can I roll both items on a ticket and run a tab for the side portion? I believe if you're using Square, you can do that split ticket, and you can pay cash for part of it, and then put the other part on a tab. I think. I'm not 100% positive.
I'll tell you right now. I have the thing on my phone, so let's do a sandwich. Let's do a side. All right. Review. Charge. Split amount.
Yeah, how are you gonna do that without screwing up your numbers?
Well, I'm gonna do it to the ticket first, because that way I can just delete that, because I haven't paid for it. So, all right. So do $5 for that. Continue. More.
I would almost think that you would have to do the.
No, you cannot do it that way. It doesn't give you the option to add anything towards a tab.
Yeah, I almost wonder if you would have had. No, that wouldn't work either.
I think you have to run it separately.
Yeah, I would assume 2 different tickets then too.
Run it separate. Create your tab. Run it separately. Run the side first, because you'll have the ticket print out before the sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah, that I think that's probably the best way to go, without really playing with it for a while. It seems like there's got to be a way to do it with the updates that especially restaurants has had over the last 6 months.
Is that what you're running?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So same that you have.
No.
The full blown POS. Yeah. Square for restaurants?
No, I run Square for retail. I never download the restaurant one.
Why not?
I don't know, honestly. I have it on my iPad. I never created a menu in it, never did anything with it. I just for some reason did Square with retail.
Okay.
It doesn't. You might get maybe more reports than I do, but everything else is the same.
Well, I'm wondering if that like the tab feature is different too,
Could be.
because I can combine tabs. I know that.
I can combine tabs. I
You
did.
can? Okay.
Yep, I did.
Oh,
So the Square for Restaurants app is a darker square logo, where the other one is like a white square logo. I don't know. Whatever. It's just the first one I downloaded.
all right.
Chad, I would say do your tab first and then ring up your sandwich afterwards.
JT says use other payment options under Square.
Yeah, but there is other, but other doesn't have, according to what I just saw. Split. Anyway, how was your May?
Well, I gotta fix this post.
Other payment types. No. So you have check. You have the initial cash, card, gift card, or invoice. No split payments, or more. You click more. There's check, gift card, other payment types, which is nothing. It just says amount entered for tracking purposes only. So I guess you could do that, but then how you just charge them a custom amount?
Yeah. Oh, that seems a little weird.
Yeah.
We're
And
up
there's that.
76%.
Really?
Sorry, that's June. Wrong month.
Fuck, you're up 76% already in June?
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
June 1st last year was a pretty slow day. And then we had
Good point.
Saturday and Sunday, we both had pretty big catering days, so yeah. But yeah, we're up $2,100 already. Okay, let me get back to this month. Not this month. We did last month, which you're not gonna let me do. Okay, great.
Oh, by the way, so I'm up 100%.
In June,
month over month.
did you not work at all June 1st or 2nd last year?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so our May.
Oh, definitely down. Never mind.
It's not right. Versus prior year, same period previous. No, not same period previous. No, same period. Say. Sorry, I don't know. My reports are acting weird.
User error.
Yeah, 100%. All right, May to May, we were not up 40%. We only managed a measly 21% increase from this May to the last May.
I think that's pretty fair.
I think most people would be okay with that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair for sure.
We were up the same dollar amount. We were both up about 10 grand. Mine was, 10,300 and 60. Yeah, we had some good days. So yeah, for the year, we're up 7.5% year over year.
Oh, yeah, let's look at that. This year,